Hello everybody, it's time for another poetry video, and this week I'm going to be reading to you poems by famous poets, but also by people who just love writing poems like Eliza's grandma, and also there's a poem by Nicolaya which she has sent me this week. So the first poem is by Lewis Carroll, and Lewis Carroll wrote Alice in Wonderland, which you must have heard of, and it's called The Crocodile. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail, and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spread his claws, and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. And here's a short poem from Eliza's grandma, and it's about Eliza. There was a young girl called Eliza, and just nothing would really surprise her. She did all her work, not a thing did she shirk, that talented girl called Eliza. And Eliza's little sister, is called Grace, and this is about Grace. There was a little girl called Grace, who drew a very scary monster face. He had 4 eyes and a nose, which was not as you suppose, and enormous hairy turned up purple toes. And Nicolaya sent me this poem, and it's got a great title, Gangsterina the Sausage Dog. Out on her skateboard all day, she's a hot dog gangster who loves to play. Meet her in the park, but never after dark. Super, Nicolaya, thank you. Now the next poem is by Robert Louis Stevenson, and it's called From a Railway Carriage. And it's basically a poem written as if you are on a train looking out of the window, and the rhythm of the poem is like the train noise, the train motion. So you have to read it so you try and get the sound of the train, the movement of the train. Okay, I'll have a go. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and cattle, all of the sights of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again in the wink of an eye painted stations whistle by. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and here is the green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load. And here is a mill, and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone forever. And this one is a very short, very short poem from Dr. Seuss, from Cat in the Hat fame, Green Eggs and Ham. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Isn't that true? Of course we had Julia Donaldson to visit us back in September, and this is a poem from her called I Opened a Book. I opened a book, and in I strode. Now nobody can find me. I've left my chair, my house, my road, my town and my world behind me. I'm wearing the cloak. I've slipped on the ring. I've swallowed the magic potion. I fought with a dragon, dined with a king, and dived in a bottomless ocean. I opened a book and made some friends. I shared their tears and laughter, and followed their road with its bumps and bends to the happily ever after. I finished my book, and out I came. The cloak can no longer hide me. My chair and my house are just the same, but I have a book inside me. We all know that how that feels when we get stuck in a book and we feel like we're in a world away. And this is for all those who might have a dad who snores. My dad could snore so loudly we would hear him all through the house. Louder than a clap of thunder, it's called. Louder than a clap of thunder, louder than an eagle screams, louder than a dragon blunders, or a dozen football teams, louder than a 4-alarmer or a rushing waterfall, louder than a knight in armour jumping from a 10-foot wall, louder than an earthquake rumbles, louder than a tidal wave, louder than an ogre grumbles as he stumbles through his cave, louder than stampeding cattle, louder than a cannon roars, louder than a giant's rattle. That's how loud my father snores. And the very last one, by Michael Rosen, I Made a Robot. I made a robot out of boxes and cans with buttons for its eyes, wooden spoons for its hands. The robot's mouth was a burger box. I painted it all red. One day I wasn't looking and it clonked me on the head. I hope you enjoyed them, and I will be making another video soon. Bye-bye then.